I never thought I'd be the kind of woman who would cross a line like that. When I look back now, it feels like someone else entirely. A stranger wearing my face, standing in my kitchen, smiling a little too brightly at a boy who never should have been there for more than a few minutes at a time. It started the summer my daughter turned 14. My husband, Chris, had been working endless overtime, trying to secure a promotion that promised to change everything. In reality, it just meant he was gone more. Long hours, late dinners. The sound of the garage door opening after midnight became normal. I told myself we were fine, that every marriage hit dull stretches. But the house felt emptier every day, and the silence between us stretched into something that hummed beneath every small talk exchange. When my neighbor's daughter, Mia, offered to babysit occasionally so I could run errands or have a night out with friends, I said yes without thinking. She was responsible, polite, and had been around since she was a toddler. Her boyfriend, Tyler, would sometimes drive her over and wait outside in his car until she was done. At first, it was innocent. But then, one evening when Chris was away for a week-long training, Mia called to cancel. Tyler showed up at the door anyway, saying she'd asked him to drop off a notebook she'd left behind last time. He smiled. Easy. Confident. The kind of teenage confidence that feels bulletproof before life humbles you. He looked older than 18, tall with dark hair and a grin that carried a little too much charm. I should have just thanked him, taken the notebook and closed the door. But something in me hesitated. That ache that comes from being unseen for too long. I asked if he wanted water. He said sure. We talked for 5 minutes that became 20. I learned he was in community college, working part-time at an auto shop, trying to figure things out. He said I didn't look old enough to have a teenage daughter. And I laughed. The kind of laugh that covers how good it feels to be noticed again. That was the first spark. After that, whenever Mia babysat, I'd find myself talking to Tyler for a few minutes when he came by. I'd pretend I was just being friendly, asking about his classes, his car, his plans. But I was waiting for him to look at me like that again. Like I was still someone worth looking at. The second time it happened, it was raining. Mia texted that she was stuck waiting for her mom, so Tyler came to pick her up. He knocked on the door, soaked, and I told him to wait inside. We sat in the kitchen and he said, "You always smell amazing. Like, I don't know, expensive vanilla or something." I should have said, "That's inappropriate." Instead, I smiled and said, "That's a new one." He grinned. The room felt smaller. When Mia texted that she was running late, I poured him coffee. My hands shook just enough to spill a few drops. He reached over to take the mug, his fingers brushing mine, and I swear something in me cracked open. That reckless, dangerous place that craves attention more than safety. We didn't kiss that night. But it might have been worse because we both knew we wanted to. It escalated slowly after that. Little texts at first. Harmless things. Then not so harmless ones. He sent, "You looked amazing today." I replied before I could stop myself. "You shouldn't say that." He sent back, "Then stop making it true." I hated how my heart raced. How my phone lighting up made me feel alive again. Weeks went by like that, until one night when Chris was out of town again. Mia came over to watch my daughter, but she left early. Her mom had car trouble. Tyler offered to come get her. I thought that would be it. But when I came back downstairs after tucking my daughter into bed, Tyler was still there, standing in the kitchen. He said he was waiting to make sure Mia got home safe. He looked at me and said, "You're lonely, aren't you?" I tried to laugh it off, but my voice cracked. He stepped closer, and I didn't move away. The kiss was fast, desperate, messy. Every moral instinct screamed at me to stop, but my body didn't listen. It didn't stop at a kiss. Afterward, I sat at the kitchen table shaking, unable to believe what had just happened. He left quietly, whispering, "No one has to know." I cried in the shower until my skin felt raw. But the next morning, when Chris called from the hotel to say goodnight to our daughter, I still told him, "I miss you too." I told myself it was a mistake, a one-time lapse. But then Tyler texted again and again, and every time I answered. We met a few more times, in his car, once in a motel off the highway. I kept telling myself it was over each time, but addiction doesn't end with a single promise. It ends with getting caught. That day came faster than I expected. Mia found a message on Tyler's phone. She confronted him, and he told her everything. Or at least enough. She told her mother. Her mother told my neighbor. Within 2 days, it was everywhere. Chris found out from someone at work, because gossip travels fast in small towns. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just looked at me like he didn't recognize who I was anymore. He packed a bag, said he'd stay with his brother, and told our daughter he needed a few days. She didn't understand at first, but she heard enough from the whispers at school. The babysitter's mom had told people. The parents' group chats lit up. I became the subject of every "can you believe" message within 10 miles. The worst part wasn't losing my husband. It was seeing my daughter look at me like she didn't know if she could trust me. She asked me why I did it. I didn't have an answer. Because I was lonely? Because I wanted to feel wanted again? None of those excuses were enough. Chris filed for divorce a month later. I signed the papers without fighting. He got full custody for now. Until things stabilize. I don't blame him. I still see Tyler sometimes. Not in person, but in flashes. Passing by his car at the grocery store, hearing a song that played the night everything started. He tried texting once after it all fell apart. I blocked his number. The truth is, the attention that once made me feel alive now makes me sick. Every time I remember his hands on me, I think of the chain reaction that ruined everything else I actually cared about. Chris is happy now, or at least healing. I saw a picture of him online, smiling with our daughter, her arm around him. She looked genuinely happy again. And I'm here, trying to rebuild from the ashes of something I burned myself. Sometimes I still wake up at 3 a.m. and reach across the bed, expecting to find him there. The cold emptiness reminds me of every choice I made that led to this silence. I thought being noticed was what I wanted. But all I really wanted was to be loved. And I had that. Until I threw it away.